I can't hear you.
Oh, are you hearing?
I am. Can you hear me?
Okay. I'm going to Joyce. Nice to see you. Let's give
Nice
up
to see you.
on soon. Okay?
Okay.
I thought you wasn't hearing. Just now, let me try with the mic again. Are you hearing me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Perfect.
All right.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Right.
Yay.
You have us joining just now. Normally we would hear him. I don't know why we're not hearing anything. Are you hearing the program or are you just hearing me?
I can hear the music and I'm just hearing you.
Oh, okay, but is he speaking? Because I'm not hearing him.
No, I don't hear anyone else speaking.
Okay, so I'll have to wait for him. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we should be on just now.
Okay, I think are you guys hearing me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfectly clear.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I think that was my bad just now. Yeah. All right. So
Oh,
I take full responsibility for that.
that's okay. You are forgiven, Sir Charles. He's
Wow.
normally on point,
That's
Susie.
it.
Yes.
Yeah. So good evening to you, ladies, and of course, welcome.
Yes. Good evening, Sir Charles, on this beautiful Monday evening. Thank you for having me, people who are viewing. Excuse my look, my appearance. I had to rush from one area to the other. But on that note, I am so honored and feel blessed, people, to welcome to our virtual shows my sister, my fellow director, my people. This it's long overdue. We have the USA in the house.
Yes.
Yes, I would like to welcome people. I would like you all to listen. Feel free to listen to this. We have a wealth of royalty in here today. And our guest today is Susie Husfeld. She's the owner of NV Pageant Productions, Inc. and MV Models and Talent. Susie is the international director of Miss Universal Global and Miss Legends International. And she's also the national director of Miss Global USA and Miss Intercontinental USA. Susie has been in the pageant and modeling business for over 50 years, people. That's half of my time in the industry. Susie has discovered numerous models and actors who have gone on to major TV shows, magazines, and movies. As well, Susie has trained pageant girls and has more than 75 national and international girls who have major titles, people. Susie was the 1983 Miss One Contest, USA, and started her business in 1984. She is now celebrating 40 years in the business. People, we have to pop champagne. Susie, when we meet, you will get that all the love as we do in pageantry. So I want to welcome you. I feel honored. As I was saying to somebody, you would be qualified. I am always lobbying, but I think you would be the first to be qualified for a pageant pension. So I want
Oh,
to welcome you to Pageantry Talks. It's nice to have you here on this beautiful Monday evening.
thank you so much. It is beautiful here. I'm in Florida, so it's gorgeous.
Okay, okay, nice. So the weather is nice. You'll have no
It's
rain. Is it just
beautiful.
cool?
It's no, it's hot.
Very okay.
Very hot
Well, we
in the
can relate.
90s. Yes.
We can relate. In the Caribbean, it's the same. We have rain and sun, but it's a little more. No, Florida is somewhat like the Caribbean, so we are
Yes.
breezy here. So I'm not envying you at your production. So Susie, let's jump right into it. I feel so blessed, as having to meet persons like yourself. We got a background of how long you were in pageantry, but what made you decide to become a director, or even we can back step a bit? What made the decision to be even to enter into pageants? What was the calling? What was it?
Well, when I was 11, my mother got me into modeling because I'm 5'9". I was 5'9" then. Um, I was the tallest kid in the class, walked all
Okay.
hunched over. And so my mother, after I got into modeling and was successful at it, she got me into a pageant. And I loved it. I had so much fun. And then I
Right.
got into the Miss USA system and I loved it. And I grew with it, and it was just it had a calling. It had a calling for me. And they
Yeah.
always say if you wake up in the morning and you can't wait to get to work, you found your dream job. And that's what I
Exactly.
did. I mean, I started directing for other systems, and then I decided to form my own, which was Miss Universal Global, and
Okay.
that has gone international. And then we decided to open another system, and this year was Miss Legends International, and that's all
Okay.
about, yeah,
Congrats.
all about bringing back that beauty and glamour back to the industry,
Yeah.
that we sometimes neglect, but we wanted it to be just the most beautiful women in the world. And so
Yeah.
we're very excited about it, and we have a fabulous queen. Our first runner up was the USA winner, and our winner is
Okay.
Canada.
Congrats.
So yeah, we're excited. So I'm going to be this year. We're wanting to do our international pageant out of the United States, and we're
Uh-huh.
going to be looking at Cancun, Mexico, to
Oh,
hold it
great,
there. So
great.
yeah, so everyone can get a visa there, and we can get everyone in. We had so many people this year that just couldn't get visas. So
Oh,
we really, we want to make it easy and fun, and we want that pageant to grow and to really bring in the best girls in the world. So we're excited. We're
yes,
excited about.
I'm excited too.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
you have the most fabulous girls.
thank you, thank you, thank you, Susie. I have been doing a lot on this end, but it's persons like yourself I look up to, and I mean, you all have paved the way for persons like me, because I mean, the question that there's a lot of burning questions from persons who are outside. So every time I have this show, some may not call in, but they will text me. They will, and I'm sure you would have gotten questions. Um, what was it like for you as a delegate? Was it the process in terms of becoming a delegate and then being crowned? How was it for you at that point in time?
It was different. The systems were different back then. It was an actual
Yes.
job. When I
Right.
was Miss Wisconsin, we were paid.
Right.
And you traveled to the lower end of the country, and you promoted your state is what you did. And we promoted beer and bratwurst and the Green Bay
Oh,
Packers
all right.
and football. And
Wow.
that was what we did. So it was an actual job. And it really, a lot of the girls from the Miss USA pageant back then got into broadcasting and got into public relations because they were trained so well from going in and talking about your state to other states. So it was really
Oh,
it was different back then. Now it's not so much. So we're trying to bring it back to being a job. We're trying to
Right.
bring it back to our girls, really promoting whatever their cause may be. So some
Yes.
girls are into animal welfare, some are into, adoption of children, some are into mental health. Whatever your platform is, we really want that to be your job. We want to really bring it
Exactly.
back to where, when you walk into a room, when you have a queen walk into a room and she has a beautiful sash on and that sparkly crown, the whole room stops and takes a look at her. And they listen to
Exactly.
what she has to say. Everyone wants to talk to her. So it's the perfect place for a girl to really use that platform to the best of her ability. And
Exactly.
I don't think anymore that it's used that way. And I think it should. So that's what we're trying to bring back.
Excellent. I applaud you for that because I myself, I would have started, as I said, it's 25 years plus. So I know I'm qualified to. It's good to hear you speak about the platform because I'm not bashing anybody, but I have had, just like yourself, the wealth of experiences of different pageants. And pageants now, to when I would have started, similar to what you said, you had to have a platform, you had to lobby, you had to, even before you were a title holder, it was emphasized on your platform. I mean,
Right.
among all the other categories, because remember, it's what you believe in. And I'm glad that you want to bring that back into the system because the mainstream pageants, I mean, we are in a news universe now where pageantry and pageants are being opened up at all beck and call everywhere you turn. It's good to hear that you're opening up to Mexico, right? And we can get persons to get there. So what my next question to you is how did your interaction, because there's miscongeniality and all these other categories, how was it for you in terms of as a delegate relating or interacting with the other delegates in your systems that you would have passed through?
Well, when I was a contestant,
Hmm.
I'm one of those people that's more outgoing, so I get to know everyone and talk to everyone. And I really
Right.
wasn't concerned about winning any pageant. I was really concerned about doing something. And one of the
Right.
people at Miss USA that I really connected with was Bob Barker. If you remember Bob
Oh, okay.
Barker,
Of course. Of course.
and he was an animal activist who was all
Right.
about spay and neuter, and we connected
Okay.
such a human level that he really
Right.
animals are my platform, and animal welfare is my platform. He
Okay.
really helped me understand how to better work that and to get
Yes.
the word out and to be a better platform speaker about what I needed to say. And
Right.
it really connected. So for me, it wasn't about the other contestants. It was about who and what I could find to learn from. And then
Okay.
learning from the contestants, I think one of the things that girls are afraid of now is they're afraid of each other. They're afraid to
Yes.
talk to each other. They're
Mm-hmm.
afraid to learn new cultures. They're just afraid, and I'm not sure why. So we really try to get our girls to talk to girls from other countries. So this
Yes.
year we had France was at our pageant. We
Okay.
had Aruba was at our pageant. We had
Great.
one girl from Trinidad and Tobago. We had we had Australia there, and I said,
Nice.
go up to someone from another culture and learn. Talk to them
Yes.
about their culture. We can't
Exactly.
grow as people if we stay narrow minded. We need to get out of our comfort zone and talk to
Yes.
people. Talk to people and learn about other religions and learn
Right.
about other countries and learn about the people that are in the same world that you are in. I mean,
Exactly.
it's what a great world we could make it if we all had more tolerance for each other and we weren't so quick
Exactly.
to judge people based on their skin color or their religion or what country they come from. I mean, it's absolutely mind-boggling that we're so close-minded. And what a great world it could be if we would just open up and talk to each other and accept
Great.
each other. I mean, I just,
Yes.
it just, you know. I just don't understand. I just don't. So we really
Susie,
try.
you are such a doll.
Yeah, well, we try in our
You,
pageant to get them to, go talk to someone, and then they come back to me and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I could go to France now, and I have two friends in France," and I'm like,
yes.
"Wow, the light bulb went on." It's just amazing to me that they
Mhm.
just now are getting that. And so it's baby steps. I really think if it's
Yes.
baby steps, and if somebody else then will take that same mentality and use it for good, then it will grow and it will foster and it will grow and will make the world a better place and we'll be more accepting of each other.
Yes, strong points, valid
It is.
that you raised there because I mean it's a lot. That's where the sisterhood comes in, right? For me, I
Us.
have when you go through different systems, of course it helps. For me, I always look at personal development at the end of a pageant. I
Right.
have gained so many sisters in pageantry. Now I call them nieces. I'm now, we being in that arena where you are a coordinator and a
Right.
coach and a mentor. I had no idea, Susie, I don't know for you, but I had no idea that I would have, after one pageant, I could have gone down this path and then look back to say, here I was, there I was, and here I am now. I have grandchildren in pageants as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know with you, but I found that you create a bond because here we are, all right, through pageants.
Right.
How was it? How was it after getting your title, your year of reign? How was it for you in terms of?
Um,
Because I heard you said a job, and I'm glad you said that because I always say to people, pageantry will always be the hardest job you ever
yes.
apply for, especially if you go through the process. Like what you and I know from those
Right.
times to now. Now it's much easier, right? I like to say old school, but it's okay. But how was it for the process of your time in that time when you read? What were the things you had to do in your year of reading?
Well, one of the things is I had to learn more about my state. So I had
Okay,
to learn because I don't drink beer and I don't
okay,
play football. So I had a hard time at first really promoting beer, sausage, and football to another state. I mean,
yes,
Florida had it easy. She talked about Disneyland and Disney World,
okay,
but I had to talk about things that just I didn't know about. So I spent a week with the Green Bay Packers to learn the inside of what they did and how it worked and how the football team worked and that it was owned by the city, Green Bay.
right.
I mean, it was just really unique. And then beer, of
Wow.
course, I don't drink beer, so it was hard to promote beer when everybody was
Yeah.
like cheering with a stein of beer, and I was like, cheers,
I
set it down.
understand.
Um,
Yeah.
so you learn, and I really took it seriously. I said I want to do the best job possible to make my
Yes.
state proud, but also to make myself proud for what I did. And I had so
Exactly.
much fun at the Miss USA pageant, and I worked with so many girls on helping them walking in high heels, and because back then we didn't have coaches. You just came right
Mm-hmm.
off the farm or wherever you came from, the big city or the small city, and just
Yeah.
were thrown on the international stage. And
Yeah.
so it was tough. So I worked with a lot of girls, and then I decided that I really enjoyed that. And I had an opportunity to go into public relations with the beer company, which was Miller.
Okay.
And I was like, that's not what I want to do because I don't drink beer. I don't really want to do that public relations
Yeah.
work. So I started training girls and then I opened a modeling studio and it just grew and grew and grew. And 40 years later, here we are, still doing.
Wow.
I'll be 65 in a couple of months and I love what I
Ooh, you
do.
go,
I know I'm
Susie.
excited. I'm actually excited to get old. Um,
Yes.
but I love what I do and I love the girls and I love seeing the growth in the girls, and
Yes.
some will grow and some won't, and I just have
Yes.
learned that's okay. The ones that don't grow, good
That's
luck.
okay.
they sail away, and the ones that grow you see year after year, and they can become bigger and better and stronger. And I even, like, in the modeling industry, girls that we had when they were 18 and 19, we're now handling their children in the agency. So
Wow.
we have, a lot of our kids that were, kids on TV shows. We're now handling their kids.
Ooh,
So it's
great.
just really neat to see that, and to see the growth, and that they appreciated what we did for them.
Yes.
Because you don't get a lot of appreciation. It's not a business that people are going to
True.
tell you how great you are. It's a
Yes.
business. So you you're the bad guy most of the time, and that's okay. And then you're the good guy at a lot of the times, and that's fine
Some.
too. You just do what you do because you love it.
Yes, of course. And I am glad that you touched on that, Susie. There's a lot of things that people don't want to touch on in pageantry, but I always say it's a job where you don't get paid for gratefulness. You don't get enough
That's it.
gratitude. I mean, you
Right.
didn't go, you go into it, the persons would know who are passionate. Us, as you said, when you do this, it doesn't feel like a job. It comes like, you wake up in the morning and you turn. But there's a part when you from transitioning from a delegate to a title holder, being a queen, and then you become a director. So that puts you in a different arena. It puts you in a
It
different field. People don't see
does.
the sleepless nights, they don't see the sacrifices. Because here's what, if your pageant or the boat ship rock this way, you have to now steady it. Am I right or am I wrong?
That's
And I'm
very
glad
correct.
you said there are some delegates, there are some queens who will understand. But then there's the flip side of a director. Sometimes you have to make some decisions which it doesn't go well with other persons. But you will do it in the best interest of because in your case, you have so many other officers,
Right.
agencies. You are dealing with women on an international level. One of my questions to you is how do you deal with the language barrier? Is that a challenge for you or for your queen, seeing that you are a director now? How do you deal with that coming from
Um,
different countries?
Google Translate is great. Google Translate is my
Great.
friend. Um, but you learn, and you find that communication is really not as hard as they say it is, because when you speak from the heart, everyone gets it. So,
Exactly.
like our contestants from France this year, we used Google Translate during their interviews. They had the opportunity to bring a translator, but they
Okay.
decided they didn't want that. Google Translate worked
Okay.
great, and they loved it. But they
Fine.
understood what we were saying, and we understood what they were saying, because it came from the heart. So I think that you learn. And then, of course, when you are around contestants for a while, you pick up key words from them.
Yes.
So then they say things to you, and then you say them back, and everybody giggles, and you really,
Yeah.
it goes well. So communication should never be a barrier, because when you speak from your heart, others pick that up. They really
Very
do.
well.
They
Yes.
do. And your eyes communicate a lot. A lot.
Yes, it's universal. I like that part, the bonding, and I had that experience as well because I often get that question: how do you interact with other nationalities? And it's a great thing because once you have an open mind, and as you said, the eyes, which is true. Once you
That's true.
watch and you are hanging around and being around, you'll pick up stuff,
You
right?
do.
It
Yeah.
may be a little challenging at the beginning, but eventually it gets. I have lost count of the amount of languages I have heard, Susie, especially for the USA. I have been coming there 29 years, and I told somebody, they thought I was joking, and I told them I really saw the sign. You all have over 800 and something different language. How do you all
Yes.
do it? And sometimes I always say the Almighty have a job with us on this earth, right? But it's excellent because it streams over into pageant. So before we go on, I want to take a little break for a few seconds. I'll hand to Mr. Suchas, and I have some interest in it. It's so hard to break this momentum. But it's good that I'm having you. So we can hold for a few seconds. So Charles, right back to you as we go and pay some advertisement.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Shining bright like a star. You're one in the universe. You stand for bright and grace. Beautiful woman you are. You're shining bright like a star. You're one in the universe. You stand for bright and grace. Beautiful woman you are. Shining bright like a star. It is not how fine the way you move, your graceful walk and your perfect smile.
Your mid-morning just got better. Join Sir Charles for the mid-morning mix and mingle, where good music, real talk, health, and family matters come together, and your voice is heard. Whether you're at work, on the go, or just taking a break, this is the perfect mix to keep you engaged, informed, and entertained. The mid-morning mix and mingle, weekdays, 9 a.m. to 12 noon on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
Beautiful woman you are. You're shining bright like a star. You're one in the universe. You stand for bright and grace. Beautiful woman you are. You're shining bright like a star.
All right, so we are back, yes, right here on New Era TT Radio. And remember, people, we stream all day, every day on New Era TT Radio. You can get us at newerattradio.com. That's on our website. And of course, New Era TT Radio, you get us on TuneIn, so you can get us on all your Google and, of course, Alexa devices. So it's back to you, Adina.
Thank you, Sir Charles. And that voice you're hearing in the background there, Susie. Perfect example. That is Sir Charles. Sir Charles has known me in the pageant industry, and otherwise, even my family, for a very long time. And I always like to give kudos to him being my sponsor for this segment. New Era TT. Yes, I am going to share. Probably one day I'll try to get him to come to your pageant as well.
We would
Susie.
love it. We would
That
love
would be
it.
nice. Trust me, he's very handsome. So he would be waving the red, white, and black flag.
All right.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I know he's listening to me, but that's okay. Right?
I'm okay with that.
Okay, all right. See, so you will have an international guy from Trinidad and Tobago, and trust me, I would personally be his coach. Yeah, you mentioned something about coaches, which is true because when I entered my very first pageant, I had no experience. I would have learned from the coordinators at the point in time, and then what is your take from then till now about coaches now, about pageant coach? I would like to hear your take on it.
Well, I think there are way too many.
Yes.
When I was in pageants, there was no coach. You had to just learn as you go.
Yes.
But it was all natural. I mean, we didn't have all the plastic surgery. We didn't have any of that. Now
Right.
it's way over the top. But there are so many coaches that don't know what they're coaching. Just because you win a pageant doesn't make you a coach. You
Exactly.
really have to understand the systems and the pageants and what they're looking for, because you can really ruin a girl by coaching
Exactly.
with the wrong coach. So I see so many people that win a pageant, they win a fair pageant, and then suddenly they have a coaching business. And I think
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, you've never been on an international stage. You have no idea what you're doing. And now
Thank
you're going to
you.
try to coach girls. That's just the wrong thing. So I tell girls all the time, do not just sign with any coach just because. You need to
Exactly.
investigate that coach and see what their track record is, and don't be their guinea pig. You
Exactly.
if they're your friend and they just want to help you, that's great. But there are
Mhm.
just so many people that have no idea what they're doing. So
Exactly.
wait, and everybody's got an opinion. So we need to not have so many coaches. So I'm all for coaches that have a that know what they're doing and that have the girls' best interests at heart. I'm all for that. But these other people, no, no.
Yes, I'm so glad. I appreciate that you touched on that, Susie, because I myself ask a lot of questions. Because okay, I as a plus size woman, I have it's realistic. I mean, we have pageants from community level here. Then we have different cultural pageants. When I say cultural, we have emancipation, we have independence. Just like how you all will have Miss Junette, right? We have Miss Independence and different pageants. I mean, there's a template, but there are different pageants require different things in their
Right,
system.
right.
International, I had learned regionally as a regional queen. I had to adjust to their system. And it's even a quicker pace because it's not like when you're in your country where you have weeks of training. You just probably have days to adjust to a choreographed style. Then you have the international. And I'm so happy, Susie, that you touched on that because I really wanted to get someone of your caliber and experience to touch on it. It's something that some people shy away from. I told somebody that recently and they were like, what? I said, yes, there are different styles of pageant coaching. You have to know what you will bring to, I am sure because I have seen you have young babies, a 3 year old, and what you bring to a 5 year old, and a 12 and under, or 13 and up, and even 18 years and up. It will be a total different scope of training. So I commend you, and that's why I said I feel honored. I know we have royalty here. The other question I go to, Susie, how is it in terms of sponsorship as a director now, having the mantle of for all these ladies? I see you have some beautiful prizes. You tempt me to come and take part.
We
You tempt
we
me.
we have had a hard time with sponsors. The USA is not a big pageant country. I mean, some
Right.
countries they live and die for pageants,
Yes.
not the USA. So
Mm-hmm.
we have a little bit of sponsorship, but most of it comes from my pocket. So a lot of those prizes, all those suitcases, and I'm purchasing all of that. We just
Wow.
don't have what other countries have. So we're hoping when we go to Mexico that we will find some good sponsorship. But right now, the USA is just not a strong pageant country. And the girls
Mm.
have to learn, they have to learn to be appreciative of the gifts they get from sponsors. And, girls can ruin it. They really can ruin a sponsorship if they're not out there working for that sponsor. And that
Yes.
sponsor, they have to understand that sponsor is not giving you something just for the sake of giving it to you. They need something back. And that's
Exactly.
advertising. They need you to be out there promoting
Exactly.
their product. And when you don't
Yes.
even say thank you for it, they just won't sponsor again. And so it's just
Exactly.
really important that girls understand that. And part of that is the way the world is. We've learned to be a me society and not a us society. It's
Society.
me. What are you going to do for me? What are you going to give me? What's in it for me? And
Exactly.
we need to change that culture. We need to get girls and the guys to really understand that this is a we. And as a team, there's no I in team. So you
Exactly.
work with your director and you work with your coaches and you work with sponsors and you work with photographers. You all have to work together to make that work. Otherwise, forget it. It just doesn't. And so it's hard because the culture right now is me. If you look on Instagram, every girl is out there, the Instagram girls, me. I want me, 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 me. And then other girls
Yes.
learn that. So we have to learn that we have to, the world is a give and take. And when they get into the real world, they'll learn that, but it's a hard lesson. And it's
Yes.
tough. It's tough for directors. So we purchase a lot of what we give our girls.
Exactly. And then there's a part, I mean, there's a sad reality, but we have to face it. When you said that some people don't appreciate, I have had to go into my pocket, and then you would have at times to wear a sponsor after you would have whatever arrangement you would have done with them. I'm speaking for myself. I can't speak for all the other directors, but I could, after you have made a certain, I mean, arrangement, then bam, they don't honor what they said they are going to sponsor. So you now as a director looks come across like if you are scheming, but then there are the other part. I mean, kudos to all those persons, even in my country, because I believe charity begins at home and then abroad. All those sponsors who have stuck, because I mean, I'm sure you may have persons who would have stuck with you,
Right.
Susie. Some again, for whatever reason, they have to move on, they go on. But I mean, it's been appreciated because I can recall my very first pageant when I received my gifts. It wasn't, I mean, that is a culture that I was raised and I had and I continue to have. You can give me a water bottle, I say thanks, a pen, thanks, because it's costly. Everything is costly. And
Yes.
sometimes I myself, according to my contract, because I mean yours would have your specified stuff, I will look back to see what could I do, could I banter this? And even having after won a humanitarian international title in the US, but that's a next, a whole set of arrangement. But what do I like to hear from you is how many queens have you ever really talked and sit and count how many queen titles you have done under your, because I mean you have your repertoire is huge, Susie. It's a
Yes.
lot.
We have a lot. I
Yes.
mean, like our Universal Global, we have 16 USA titles and we have 16 international titles. There's a lot of gifts to purchase. And we did something different this year than we've ever done before. We are giving our gifts out as the girls work for them. So they have to work in order to get their prizes. Because before, we would give them everything the day they won and hope that they would, thank all their sponsors. And we learned that this doesn't work that way. So we're doing it a little bit differently. And then we've always had queens, especially with our pageant, that you have those few queens that you're like, oh, I wish I could duplicate her 10 times over because she's so amazing.
Yeah.
And she thanks
Yeah.
everyone and she makes your year so easy. And, for some of it, we're paying airline tickets to girls to go to the international. Our Miss Global used to
Wow.
say her airline ticket is paid to Bangkok or to Thailand or to, Cambodia or Vietnam. Um, and these are, $2,000, $2,500 tickets. And when you have a girl that doesn't even say thank you for that, it really cuts at the heart. So, we really work hard to, get these girls to understand that they have to thank everyone, that, especially for my pageants, it's coming out of my budget. So we really need them to understand just to say thank you. That's it. I don't want flowers. I don't need you to bring me chocolate. I just want you to tell me thank you. That's it. I just feel so appreciated then. So I think it's important for contestants to understand that and to just say thank you to their director because nobody really understands how hard a director works except another director. They really, it's a tough job. You're at a pageant, you get 2 or 3 hours of sleep a night. You're dealing with drama. You're dealing with girls that, something happens. This year we had one girl that had to be rushed to the hospital. She got sick. So, we had to send half our staff with her to the hospital to take care of her. And, you're dealing with all of that and then trying to put on a grade A pageant at the same time. So nobody else understands what a director does except another
Okay,
director.
I see we are experiencing some technical difficulties on your end, Susie.
Oh,
But I
really?
was going. Are you hearing me?
I hear you fine.
I don't know if she's here. She's in and out. But if you're here, I'm seeing you. Are you hearing me?
I hear you, yes.
Yes, much clearer now. Just now we
Okay.
were getting you in and out. We know how the heavenly network could be at times, right? But I heard you said you'll have to rush one of your girls to the hospital.
Yes. And she got sick.
Wow.
Ate something that just didn't agree with her. And so half of our staff loaded her up and we got her to the
Okay.
hospital and they stayed with her the whole time and made sure that she was okay and brought her back. And the next day she was fine. So we're blessed to have a great staff that could help me and assist. And like I said, it's no one really understands what we do and how hard it is.
Okay. I'm hearing the network. It's going in and out. Are you hearing me?
I do. I hear you. I don't know why it would be going in and out.
Yeah, yeah, but she's coming across pretty clear, Donna. Maybe just on your end. Yeah, but
Probably
yeah,
it's on my side,
Oh,
but I'm hearing her. Susie is
yeah,
hearing me as well.
I
yeah.
hear
We
you
hear, we hear.
fine.
I'm picking up
Okay.
both of you all. So go
Okay.
I
ahead.
Well,
hear you
probably
both
it's
fine.
on my end. Sorry.
That's okay.
Hello?
Yeah, so
I'm,
you go ahead, Adina.
Yes, sorry. It's nice that Susie. I definitely have to bring you back because you have what I call the pageant encyclopedia. You all are the yes, you are the walking library. Susie, I recently had a conversation with someone, and I was explaining to them. They were thinking that pageants and fashion is the same. And I told them, no, there's
no.
a difference. So because you're here today, and then I was explaining to them, there are so many types of models. There are print models, there are plus size models, there are fashion models. And they were like, no, I thought everything was one. I said, no, there are different persons. There are
Yes.
commercials. You know that as well. Um, what is your take on that? Because I tried to give it to them in the simplest form when I would have told them fashion is where when you're on a fashion runway, you are showcasing the way of a
Right.
designer or someone. And pageants is where you are selling yourself because you are competing in different categories. Am I
Right.
wrong? So
You
could
are
you
correct.
elaborate
You are
on it?
yes. I tell everyone that um, fashion, any type of modeling that is to do with fashion, whether it be runway, TV commercials, or print campaign, you are selling a product. You're selling the designer's look, or you're selling a box of cereal in a commercial, or you're selling for a print campaign, you're selling a store. In modeling, you're selling yourself. So or in pageants, you're selling yourself. It's totally different, totally different. And it is hard for people to understand, but it's, if people will take the time to just learn and listen, then we can explain it to them easily so that they understand how it works. And the modeling industry, when I was a model, you had to be 5'9" or taller and super skinny, and that was it. There was one type of modeling. Now we have plus size modeling, we have commercial print modeling, we have children modeling, we have teenagers, we have men, we have older men, we have handicapped people that are modeling. So the industry's changed so much, and there's a place for everyone in the industry. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing. I'm hearing,
Okay,
and
there
I'm
you go.
glad that you would have gone into detail there because this industry, I have learned so much, Susie, just like yourself. And I always tell people I am a student for life because we could never finish learning. We have so much more to learn. And it's glad that we have, I call you an icon. All right. I hope you get the recognition that you deserve
Oh,
because
thank you.
50 years. No, 50 years is a lot.
It's a
Susie,
long
to be in
time.
this
Yeah, long
industry.
time.
And if I'm correct, it's a few persons. I mean, I have my government job and I do this part time, but I am aware of persons like yourself who does this strictly on a full time. And I know it's not an
This,
easy job. I know
yep.
sometimes you don't get paid,
Right. This is
right?
my full-time job. This is what I do 7 days a week from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed. I mean, we work really hard, between the agency and pageants. We work super hard for our people, and it pays off. It really does. Our people grow from it and they learn, and we give them opportunities that they may not have had in their own state or their own country or their own hometown. So it's really important that we assist our people in growing and learning, because like you said, you're never done learning. If you learn something new every day, think about how smart you'll be when you finally are at the end of your life. You'll be so smart.
Yes. And what I would like to do, Susie, is I am going to speak it into existence because we have our chats, you and I. I
Yes.
hope one day, I'm telling you, like I told a few of my international pageant family, I would love to host your show in Trinidad and Tobago one year. And
Oh,
you
we
can
would
bring it
love
to our
it.
shows.
Yes, we
Yes,
would
we
love
would.
it.
I know we have been talking, and it's something to open up because shows like yours, they are the ones, unfortunately, where people get scammed and there's so much of stuff happening. There's things that people don't like, but I like to bring awareness. I'm not criticizing, and I mean, my disclaimer is not to speak anyone in the industry, but the sad reality is, I mean, I have people and I have gone through those where you pay for something, you don't get it, and then certain
Right,
things happen and they don't appear again. It's very hard because just how they delegate, I mean, this director has to prepare, a delegate has to prepare for her pageant, and we spend a lot of money in terms of getting our outfits together. Because of course you want to win a pageant. It's a lot of
right.
preparation mentally. It's so much. I know we can't talk all this evening, but Susie, I definitely, and I'm glad it was overdue, but I'm glad I got you here because I know your schedule is very packed,
Oh,
right?
thank you
And
for
I
having
appreciate,
me.
yes, I appreciate you taking time to come and, edify because I always said there are three words I live by, which I have added others to my vocabulary in the pageant industry in my life. I will continue to inspire and aspire, motivate and educate, which is the fourth word in terms of pageantry. I mean, and other things too, because there's so much to learn. Sometimes I think
Yes.
we don't have enough time in coaching because you're right. I never had a coach. I was
Ah,
self-taught, right? And it's only along the way because every time I learned something, I would have to go home and practice. I didn't
right.
enter pageant like some of those who are entering at a very tender age. I would have entered as a young woman, right? But I have learned a lot. I mean, I am blessed that when I have directors, and I mean, I call them my pageant mommy and daddies. I still have some of them around because I was
Oh,
all rounded. I would have gotten from my country, regionally and internationally, and I learned so much more on an international scale. It's so much for us to learn as women who are in the industry. And I mean, I give kudos to the gentlemen who are young men, all right?
right.
Apart from that, how is your support, Susie, in terms of family, husband? I know some of us women who are in leadership position in pageantry, it can be challenging.
It is.
How is your support?
Well, my husband is retired, so he doesn't always understand why I'm still doing what I do. He's like, we could be traveling and we could be doing all these great things, but he supports me 100%. Whatever I say, he's like, go for it. So he's the cheerleader in my corner. And then, of course, I have a grown son and a grown daughter and four grandchildren, and everybody thinks what
Oh,
grandma does is super cool. They love it, and they love the fact that I travel around the world all by myself. And so I have a great support system. My husband is amazing. I'm blessed to have married the man I did.
okay. So I say could, and I mean, I like how you're honest, Susie, because I know it could be a bit challenging where pageants are concerned. I have seen it all the time.
Yes.
Sometimes a boyfriend may not understand, it may take us too much time, a husband. I mean, I thank God my husband has passed on, but I thank God for him and the 24 years that he would have been around. He supported me in every venture. Although
Yes.
he would, there's the emotional part of pageantry, Susie, where sometimes it's challenging and, we
Well,
get
did
teary
it?
and he would be like, yeah, you are still there and you're still going back again. But he would be there with me. So when you
Well,
have support,
you have to look at it as if for women, if their boyfriend or their husband was a professional basketball player, you would support him in
mhm,
everything that he did. So I tell my girls,
right,
never get with a man who doesn't support what you do, no matter what it is. You
exactly,
know, find
exactly.
the find the man
Thank you.
that supports what you do and is the cheerleader behind you telling you how great you are. If you
Thank
don't have
you.
that, no
Ladies,
matter
are
what
you hearing?
yeah, if you don't have that, you're not going to be successful in anything because it will never be good enough for him. So I
Yes.
see girls all the time that date professional basketball players or race car drivers or whatever, and they support that guy forever. And then I see other girls that they can't find that support. So it's okay to be by yourself until you find it, but never accept a man who isn't going to support you.
Yes. I am really glad that you are touching on those things.
Well, we have to
Yes.
we have to help our women become strong women. The world is not going to
Yes.
be better without strong women.
Yes. I mean, we have some strong men too. Look, for example, Sir Charles and the other. He's very supportive of our, I
There you
mean, he
go.
has other
We
programs.
need, yes,
And
we need support.
I really applaud the gentlemen who are there because when you decide whatever discipline or venture that you decide to embark on, we all need support. And it's
Right.
something I have seen a lot of my pageant sisters and other delegates struggle with, where you will get people who start and they would want to end and they wouldn't even want to continue. And I believe in continuing. Failure isn't
Yeah.
an option for me. Once you
Yes.
start something, but you have this challenge. So I'm hoping that all who are listening, whether it be, but mainly the guys who are in relationship or about, if you know you're dating a queen, a pageant, a girl, trust me, it's not for the faint at heart.
No, it's
Right?
not.
I,
No, it's not.
yes, I always say that you have to understand and support because just everyone likes to know they are being supported. But Susie,
Right.
I truly, I feel like we can't end. We have so much catching up to do as well.
You're
But
not
don't
right.
worry, 2026, you will have Trinidad and Tobago Queens. You'll
All
have
right. I cannot wait. You
from
have the
coming
most
from here.
beautiful
I mean,
women.
I know I would have sent. All right. And I really applaud you. I want to congratulate you for content. I know it's not an easy job. It looks easy to some person, but I want to congratulate you as you move from one venture to the other. I can hope that you have continued blessings. All
Oh,
right,
thank
and
you, and
thanking you
blessings
so
to you.
much. Yes, thank you for having. And don't worry, we will see in person. We'll meet up. We have a lot more catching up to do.
Yes. And the
So
next time
as
you
I,
come to the States, we're going to go do dinner.
of course, we have
Yes.
lots of. We'll have sleepovers too. Don't worry. So I want to thank you again for and your
Oh,
family for at least lending you to us for a bit and to the
oh, thank you
virtual
so much.
audience.
I
Yes, I
enjoyed
think
it.
it's
I
time
loved
to.
it. Thank you.
Yes, of course, we have many more ventures. It's not going to be the last. We have so much more. It doesn't end here. So I
All
thank you
right.
so much, Susie, for being
Thank
a
you.
part of our guests on our studio today.
All right.
And you
Thank
have
you.
a great evening until
You
we hear from each
also.
other. Sending you Trinidad
Sure.
and Tobago
All right.
love.
Thank you. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you too, sis. Yes, people, as you would have heard, my sister in pageantry, Susie Husfeld, I thank her for coming on. And again, I want to thank New Era TT Radio Also, you can see the rerun at 10 a.m. on Gael, the channel, the Caribbean, sorry. I also would again implore and encourage you, keep supporting. If you want to advertise, get in touch with me, Adina, aka Queenie, 123 at gmail.com, 477-3640, also 757-5591. Feel free. I thank you again, Sir Charles, New Era TT Radio, for supporting this program. And your Pageant Talk show will be joining you next week, Monday. Do be safe and have a good week, people.
You want in the universe. You stand for pride and grace. Beautiful woman you are. You're shining bright like a star.